Okay, so here we go. I woke up in the night and I didn't get up to do this because I was tired and I lay in my bed and thought, no, I'm not gonna channel now. But it is stuck in me and I need to channel it. So whatever this is, it's just coming through and I know the backstory of it. Perhaps you will find out along the way, because I think there will be more than just this one video. I call it something about healing the helper, stepping out of the role. And I don't know, I just have this urge to laugh because there's so much energy being set free. We are in this great expansive time and have been for many years. So it's not new, but it just needs to be said now. So I'll just let it happen. Yeah. Oh, she thinks she must say something to make it understandable for people, because she is, of course, afraid that people that see this and listen to this will think it's too much, too strange, not understandable enough. But we will just come through with the words that are appropriate and the energy that is coming through. So you who are listening to this, we, on behalf of her, wants to say this, that you can listen to the words, but you can also just listen to the music in it, the feeling of it, the sensation of it, not so much the understanding of the exact words, but the energy coming through, because this is an energy transmission and you can take it in as much or as little as you want, as you can just throw it away, but it is being done now. So see, it is right we woke her up this night, as she said, because we had something we didn't have something. It's just the energy is ready. So now we go into this thing with you, because there is transformational things going on everywhere on the earth right now, so deeply connected. It's not just one thing, but we can only describe one thing at a time. So bear with us, bear with yourself. In these processes going on, you can only be aware of so much at one time. So now we put a spotlight on one thing and we call it healing the helper. Healing the helper. And some of you are very aware of the dynamic of the drama triangle. You know, where there are three corners on the triangle. It's the victim, it's the helper, and it's the persecutor, the one who is the attacker. And we call this channeling, or this message, stepping out of the role, healing the helper, stepping out of the role. And why do we do this? Because you see, this triangle, it doesn't solve itself. It's not solvable. It's just the eternal puzzle of everything going around, around, and around. And you can see yourself, find yourself in one position, and then in the next, and then in the next, and then in the first one. And just switching on and pointing fingers and trying to help and being the one that it is in sorrow and pain and suffering, and then going to help somebody, but then finding suddenly yourself in the role of the attacker, where you point your fingers at somebody and tell them that they are bad. See, that is the eternal drama as long as you want to, and it is a joyful thing to be witnessing, because it's an ongoing process that can create so many beautiful stories and sad stories and stories with suffering. And in all good creation stories, there is suffering and there is release, and there is many times a happy ending. Oh, that is what you are longing for when you are in the drama. Oh, please let there be a happy ending. Will there be a happy ending? But then when the happy ending comes, you also kind of are curious about what comes next. There must be something more. And in that consideration, you are seeking more drama. What's the next drama? What's the next angle of life? Which one is now the bad guy? And which one is now the good guy? And which one is the princess and the dragon and the one to come and save it all? But we say that is just the time span, the illusion of history. And of course it's not an illusion because it exists, and you realize every day that you create these stories because it's fun. It's fun to be in this dramatic events happening all around. It is kind of fun. But it's not fun when you are in it, and if you identify with it, and if you think that it is the only thing that is the truth. See, when you read a story, you can get so deep into it that you really feel you are one of them, or all of them, all the characters in the story. Or you feel very aligned with one of them or the other. And you see these aspects of the drama triangle, the persecutor, the helper, and the victim, in other people around you, all over the world, not only within individuals, but also with communities and countries and continents. You know, you can see these dramas all over the world, but you can also see them inside of you, just you individually. You play out all these roles inside of you over and over again, and it's a great big drama. And does it have a happy ending? Are you searching for the happy ending? Are you? Are you sure if it's gonna come? And if it's gonna come, what will happen next? The ending is never the ending, it's just the birthing of the new. But see, as we said, that is just the time span, the history of, we must say it again, the illusion of the history of time. We know it's real for you when you are in it. We know it is real, and it can definitely be felt and sensed in your systems. You can feel so absorbed into these stories and identifications with all these characters of the film or the movie or the story that you are playing within. But see, it is not all there is to it. And so many of you know that, but also tends to forget that. Because when you are realizing that all that is connected to the past and all that is connected to the future is set free in the present moment, because the present is all there is. All the great masters have been saying this over and over again. It is nothing new, but it is also true, very much true, in this perspective of the drama triangle. See this for yourself. You know that every living, breathing moment that you exist, you have only now. All that has been going on up till this now moment, and all that will come up to this or after this now moment, that is not here anymore. It's not here anymore. It's past. Or it's not even done yet. You are here now, and whatever you are in now, you can breathe your way through without comparing to the past or thinking about the future, having wishes, hopes and dreams, without feeling compelled to seek all the things that you know from before, and without trying to get out of this moment to get into the next. No. Set yourself free to be present in this moment and see what is actually happening just now, just right now, just only now. And perhaps you feel nothing, and you are scared of nothingness. If nothing is happening, do I even exist? Or do I have to create my own story? Can I sit and just be with nothingness? Okay, I can do that. And you might sit for a very long time with nothing going on, really. And perhaps you feel lost and confused and really, really bored. And perhaps you think, there is no drama in my life. What's then next? I must hold myself up to something. I must compare myself. I must feel myself in the surroundings of dynamics, because or else there is nothing and I am lost. But we say, just relax and breathe. And breathe and just sit with nothingness. And sense your breathing. And perhaps at one moment in time you get the urge to get up because you thought you saw something out the window just a moment before and you just wanted to check up on it. And you look out the window and there goes your best friend that you have been wanting to talk to for a while but just was up. You just weren't up to doing anything about it, but there he is or she is. And you just can open the window and scream out, "Hey, you want a cup of coffee?" And then the next step is there. You just, perhaps nothing is reaching out from the outside. Perhaps you just feel from the inside a calm, a gentleness. Perhaps a reflection about what we just said about timeline that doesn't really exist compared to the present moment that really is existing very well now and now and now. But for every moment past, it is the past and it's gone. It's not here anymore. And the next moment hasn't come yet. And you are free to breathe. Just breathe. Knowing that in this moment, you are free to be you and you are free to think whatever you would like. And thereby create whatever reality you would like, whatever feeling you would like. Just based on nothingness. Because that is the true and real experience when you are present. There are ups and downs and highs and lows and there are everything on the time span. But here and now there is just what is. And therefore when you see another person who you before thought, oh, that is a shame, that is suffering, I must go and help. You can now see it differently and you can now see the potential of existence in that person. You can see their now moment is just as real as yours. And instead of trying to help them out of something or into something else, you can meet them where they are. Hi, what can I do for you? What can we two do together? What is this moment prepared for? What is this moment up to? And you will find that your readiness to just be present and go with the flow of the present moment will make you so free of judgment, so free of commitment to the past or the future, that the commitment is nothing else than just being here and being able to breathe freely and being able to then see freely and act freely. Oh, you are hungry? Let us find some food. Oh, you just need somebody to see you? You just need somebody to be with you, to listen to you? I'm here, I can listen. Oh, you just want somebody to be a resonance room with you? I can do that. I can be here now and be of resonance with you. See, all these thoughts and feelings, sensations, they can be very blurry when you are connected to the timelines that you exist in, because you can take them for the only reality. We do not say it doesn't exist. Reality, of course, exists. But it's not the only thing existing. Your soul and the universal mind, it is so present in every moment of your life and in everybody else's life. And it has such a high intelligence because it is the connection of all, that you would never be able to figure it out. You would never be able to see the whole picture. And therefore, that intelligence that we want you to tap into in every second of your life, or at least just know is there in every second of your life. That higher intelligence is the representation of everything that is. And just like the computer-based reality, where you can tap into everything and get the information in 1 second, that is the same for you. You can have the impulse to act out of nothingness, because you are connected to everything. As long as you do not hang on, it's like the computer program. If you have everything open at once, so many windows, the computer just goes slowly and it kind of is lacking capability of just surfing out there. It's the same with you. If you are stuck in stories about life, you cannot be present now. So, of course, you are in your right to have your story and own your story, of course. And you are in your right of having dreams and wishes for your future, of course. You are a human being. You are here to experience. But you can do that and be present and be free. And let go of expectations of how things have been folding out, and letting go of expectations of how they will be folding out. Because you know really deep inside that it is always ever unfolding. So when we call this stepping out of the role, we mean it very literally. Stepping out of the role of the past and the future. Stepping out of the role of, I am one with this story, and therefore I must act this way. Because that is only stories that you create in order to kind of see how things connect, but it's from a limited point of view. You would rather wake up and see that the grander view of things, it's out of your little computer mind. You got to plug into this greater supercomputer that is the community of all computers. It's not just up to you, my friend. But if you feel the urge to just find out in your own life, in your own reality, how to step out of the role of being the helper. Or perhaps you feel that you are in the role of being the one who needs help, or the one who identifies as the attacker. To try to survive, you perhaps see yourself attack others. And then you come into this drama with the ones who want to help. And then perhaps you have this fight with others of the roles. And you switch, and then suddenly you find yourself as the one who needs help, and you are stuck in the game again. But it only takes a second to wake up and see, oh, that was just a role that was hung up on the historic line, the timeline, and the illusion of identification with it. Because in reality, you can be present. You can have exactly the same actions in your life. You can do exactly the same things that you have always been doing, but it's coming from someplace else in you. That is out of judgment. That is out of suffering. It's out of addiction to the stories that you tell yourself. And it's just based in your breathing, present moment of just being alive. And you see a person that perhaps before you thought, oh, this is a pity one. I really need to help this one because it's a sad story and there's illness, or there's poverty, or there is abandonment, or there's something that I need to fix and help because it's suffering and I cannot stand looking at it because I identify with it. No. Within this perspective, within this resonance room of oneness with all, you can look at this person with another set of eyes and with your heart wide open, but without suffering. And you can just feel and sense so deeply that that person is going through something that he or she identifies with, but it's not the true essence of who they are. It's just, perhaps they are caught up in the illusion of the drama triangle. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you know that it's not all to it. It's not all the story. Because they too have the same power of the now, where they also are capable of being exactly present now, awaken to the moment of breathing, waiting for the impulse to come, to see where the next action is born naturally from the inside. What will happen if you do not have to save anybody? What will happen if you see that all suffering is because it is hung up on the timeline, the illusion of the stories that we all tell, or that humankind has a tendency to tell him or herself and each other? What if all these stories were just liberated? See it as the story of a book, very well written, but also the book that you can wake up from. Look out into your own reality and see, oh, that book was a great book and I really lived into it. And now I am just here sitting in silence in my room with nothing to do except breathing. Being here alive. And being perfectly okay with stories unfolding, with ups and downs, with drama and confusion and everything from childbirth to death. Being totally okay with everything because you also know that the essence of life is something else. The essence of you, the essence of your original beingness, your spiritual birth, coming from universal mind that has nothing to do with the human timeline. It is like the cross, the fixing of these experiences of life. If you only know that time exists and that is the only reality, then it's a pretty tough road to follow. If you only know that you are spirit yourself, that you are universal mind, that you are God, if you only know that, then it's pretty boring. But if you know that everything on these two specters is presently existing in this moment, and that is what is the unfolding of life is. And it's beautiful, and it's colorful, and it's tasteful, and you can feel it, sense it, touch it, taste it, see it, hear it, everything. You can love it. You can take it all in. You can let it come to you and let it breathe through you. And yet again, you know that all of it is just an illusion, yet it is not. It all depends on how you look at it. You can as well identify with all the drama in the world and see yourself as in this great story of the book where you are the hero or the one who needs to be saved, or you can be the dragon or the princess or whatever you would like. And you can also be the reader that can close the book, sit back, and just breathe your way through every moment. It is all yours to experiment with. It really is. You are the designer of your own life, and you can be the helper any way you like to be. But we just tell you, perhaps if you are suffering in this really hardcore wanting to be the helper because you want to release suffering, we say, as long as you identify only with the helper or the victim or the attacker, with the drama triangle, as long as you only identify with that, then you keep on keeping on in this story of suffering. If you would like to step out of the suffering, it's easy. You just need to close the book and see what it really is. Creation, thought forms. You can look at everything in the world right now and see it with different eyes. See it with another perspective. Seeing it with not only the heart open, not only with the mind trying to analyze and figure it out. The mind wants to judge. The heart just wants oneness. And if you see it with both of them intact, working together, and even opening up to the even more deep breathing of it all, even but just finding out that the mind and the heart has an even deeper background of spirit, of breath of life, encompassing it all, then you can be part of it all. You can be part of the drama, you can step out of the drama, and you can also just experiencing everything as it is, without identifying with a role, but just identifying that you exist. And by that we mean life exists. These were the words for now. We are talking into this subject many times in different ways because we want you to see, just as so many other teachers and guides and people who are talking about waking up out of the matrix, you call it many things. We just want you to see that this is a play that you can play, and you can put yourself in whatever role you would like. You could put yourself in the role of the actor, of the instructor, or of the one breathing it all. You decide. There's nothing wrong with any of it. It's beautiful. It's life, and it's you. Use this to your own discernment and never believe a word that we say. Never believe a word that we say, but see if it has any resonance with you. And then just enjoy your life, your experience, the adventure of your life, the book that you write, the instructor that you are, and the breath of life that you also are. God bless. We are with you, all one, and we bless. Okay, that was it for now. I just knew that had to come through. Use it, as they say, for your own or on your own discernment. I know nothing else than the energy is wonderful. See you around, perhaps. Bye.